Temp and Power. Oh. Okay, what's
Looks like the switches are not properly balanced. A math problem. I like math.
Is it a math problem? What's the math problem?
The room is working now.
Well
I don't know
done,
what I
my
did. I
friend.
was just clicking.
You make progress in spite of all obstacles. Perhaps you will escape this place.
Yes. I will leave soon.
I really have no idea what I just did. Machinery. Belt. I need scrap mate. I need, okay, carbon and titanium.
Searching.
Did I not do? Is this just a waiting game? Is there anything else I can do in here? We do have this launch tube. Launch tube ready. Because it might just be taking time. It took us a long time to even get here. Crab. Locomotion error dual. Well, we're working on it. Why did it have a crab there? I've already taken out the whatchamacallit thingy. I don't think there's anything else I can click. This seems very pressurized. This seems to be the only thing I can do. I don't know. I'm just gonna hope this machine has sorted itself out. You got something for me yet?
Retrieve material from tray.
Okay, I just had to walk away probably. So, give this. This pile of metal parts, bolts, nuts, and other doodads has been correctly sorted into base materials and elements. New prop. Let's go back to Moses. Did we make this thing a brother? Is this how babies are made? Yes, Moses. That's how babies are made. When carbon and titanium love each other very much, they get together and make a propeller. Then that was new.
Now it will swim.
You're amazing, Mose.
I am the cleverest bear.
You learned so much here. I'm glad.
The sub will swim. Moses can keep looking for Charlie Mac.
And now you know. But what?
What?
I do not like water.
Jinx Veron.
You have said this before. What happened in the water, my friend? What scars did it leave you with?
I was dragged in. Waves. She tried to save me.
I see. You are here, and she is not. You blame yourself for this.
In water, you are powerless.
If that is true, then you have nothing to regret.
Varan?
I am fine, Moses. My life support is declining. I am not sure how much time I have left.
Varan.
You are not alone, my friend. Not yet. We will brave the water together.
There's a rat. Poor Ferran. I don't think Ferran's gonna live long enough for me to get the Diet Coke he owes me. The voice actors are really good. They've all done phenomenally well. Even the breath acting, there's been a lot of breath acting. Even from Ferran, who doesn't have lungs. Oh, look at it. It's very cute. Oh, do I have to steer this thing now? Oh, there's a lot to read. Okay. The domed exterior of the mule lamps radiates with light and energy, desperately clinging to baleful life amidst the desolate wastelands of the abyssal floor. The steel spire stands sentry against the darkness, its halo of floodlights bathing the industrial cobweb below in liquid golden light. The rumbling labyrinth of steel piping twists and turns against the superstructure. Blinding heat radiates up, followed by a drowned cacophony of clicks and rattling. Various lights flicker and dim, the effect animating shadows to make it seem as if pools of darkness leak in, the surrounding dark slowly nibbling at the edge of the illuminated sanctuary. Beams of light refract through rising plumes of volcanic dust and clouds of heat distortion. That looks blue, so I think that is where we need to go. The perpetual eruption of boiling water surges upward, a pillar of seething liquid infusing infecting nearby metals with scathing heat. A handful of steps betray the entrance to a lower chamber, long since flooded by a thick lake of silt and loam. Ancient mud-draped brickwork emerges from behind curtains of stalactite rock, a verdant coat of seaweed and algae growing between the crevices. A tumultuous ocean current bulldozes through the nearby depression, the violent flow drawn towards the rapidly rising waters within the thermal plant, ripping at the nearby geography as it roars past. Shimmers of blue-green light drift down from within a hollowed vein in the rock wall, along with glints of reflective metal. What little remains of the ruined architecture appears strangely familiar, out of place in time. Stranger are the older ruins buried within, their dark stone surfaces exposed where the encasing construction has fallen away. There is something here. A titanic, bulbous-brained figure holds up an arm towards those who would approach, either in salute or a dire warning.
Charlie, giant toys.
Statues, Moses.
This whole place used to be on the surface, above water.
It's incredible.
Hope would love this.
Is this a submersible rover?
Not just statues, buildings. Drowned buildings.
In its time, a more advanced culture than the Aztecs.
Unable to connect to base station 9. Transfer task to UAV 221.
It's a downed rover.
Updates. Seismic charges deployed. Seismic charges inactive. Failsafe procedure initiated. Transmitting locations of charges.
Seismic charges? This is Cayne tech. What were they doing?
What they always do. Erasing their mistakes.
The drone looks like it was mapping the exterior, then got repurposed to plant explosives.
Charlie Mac, I do not see any way back to you here.
He's right. It's a dead end.
There is one possibility. Before it was reassigned, the drone discovered an anomalous air pocket behind one of the rock walls here. If memory serves, it was very large. A cave system. The cartographers believed it might possibly connect to another part of the temple.
We could use the explosives to open it up.
All right, Bear. You know what you gotta do, right?
Loud noises.
Right on.
I don't like this. Mose, be careful.
Survey data loaded. Just saw that. Okay, I don't actually click any of this. So, take a look. It's so cute. I just have to imagine it's like bloop, 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 bloop. Like a little tub toy. I'm clicking. Nothing's clicking. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna do anything. The looming misshapen figure stands with head bowed, either in respect or solemn mourning. Is there? I cannot see it. I see this one. Are there explosives? Oh, okay, yeah. Charges.
I have found the first bomb.
It's not a... is this really something we want him to try and do?
Who else can do it?
Continue, Moses. Disarm that blast charge. Disarm all of them.
Disarm sequence. 1-12-3-4-7-8. Wait. Does it need to be like that? And get rid of that. And then... Okay.
This bomb will make no
Okay.
loud noises.
Good job, Mose.
That's pretty easy. There's another one down here. I am a very smart bear.
I have found the second bomb.
Be careful, sweetheart.
Can I make the bombs go boom? What happens if I do that? I kind of want to know. Wait, what if I... Let me just... Get away, get out of here. What if I just make all of the... like, nuclear things touch? Now kiss. That didn't do anything. Alright. I can't make the bombs kiss. And then 3 to 5.
The second bomb is silenced.
Not bad. Not bad.
Alright. Where's the last one? Do I need to go deeper? Oh, no, it's right there.
The third bomb. I see it.
Watch yourself, Bear.
0 to 13's okay. 2 to 8 is... Oop, straight. Ah, come on. Straight down. And then 10 to 11. Don't know if I need to get rid of these, but I'm gonna.
I have defused the third bomb.
Wonderful, my friend. Your ingenuity continues to inspire.
Blam! Boom! Boosh! Okay, now what? I have bombs.
Charlie Mac, the noises go here.
Yeah, Bear. All 3 of them.
Are we sure it's not too much? We want to preserve the air pocket inside, not collapse the whole thing.
Computer knows what it's doing. At least that's what you always say.
Yeah, but Moses wasn't involved then.
Do it, Bear.
My Mac.
My Big Mac.
All bombs are ready.
I hope the others appreciate you, my friend. The way they should.
They are my family. They are.
Boom. Click, click, boom. Here comes the boom. Boom goes the dynamite. I have a bad feeling. That didn't seem awful. No. No, this is a flashback.
Charlie Mac are at the funeral. Bears are not allowed.
Is he a very clever bear now, or has he not been worked on yet? Oh, jellyfish. A little shark. That must be Hope. Oh, I can go to the toy box.
Mac is right. My fault. I am not a good bear.
Oh, you are.
All you have to do is blink.
Moses? Moses, where are you?
Cayne! I could hear that from here.
I am okay, Charlie Mac. I am brave and strong. I am in a cave. There is something here. Something enormous.
Look at that. Mac, it's definitely metallic.
Yeah. Curved, looks like. Fluid dynamic. Moses, keep looking. See if you can find more of it.
My Mac.
The glowing colors shift and move in rhythm in this pocket of dead current. A softness looms over this alcove, blunting the distant rumbling of the thermal planet. Or the thermal plant, not planet. The carpet of glittering bioluminescent lights pull from the floor, or pull across the floor, radiating out from a mass of plant-like growths that bleed out from under the metal structure. The super-colossal bullet-shaped structure, aged and dilapidated, juts out from the rock wall. Corrosion and rust suffuse the metallic plates, its curved hull reflecting an unsettling kaleidoscope of shifting blue and green lights. Luminant radiation seeps from a gap in the rock wall, the glow catching on passing debris and swimming microorganisms. A puff of debris and agitated sand bleeds from the gaping wound inflicted on the rock wall. Quiet thumps and rustling of falling debris echo within the chamber. It's a lot here. A slow and perpetual metallic moldering crawls over the outer skin, a testament to the immutable decades this construction has endured. Rubble tumbles down from the collapsed rocky aperture, clouds of agitated dust billowing through crevices like fumes from a crushed exhaust. The star-hilted sword, backlit by the radiant cog, an infamous emblem of the long-defunct Soviet Union, and a decrepit badge of ownership for whoever built this structure. The designation likely details purpose and classification,
Charlie Mac, you should see this.
though intervening
Oh my
ages.
god. Look at it. It's a sub.
And by no means a modern one.
It's Soviet. Oh my god.
The subject of much debate when it was found. A new variable in an already impossible equation.
It's sunk here. What happened to the crew?
They were eaten.
They survived the crash. For a time. But there was no escape. There was only sacrifice. And pain.
Explains the bodies we saw.
The designation likely details the purpose and classification, though intervening ages have likely sentenced an associated meaning into forgotten obscurity. Or any associated meaning. Tears and punctures within the hull allow cursive glances inside, though no details emerge from the darkness beyond. The shifting curtain of light radiates from an air pocket above, cavern floor reflections waltzing in tune to the shifting liquid surface. Tendrils of algae grow from the gnarled pillar of rock, floating slack in still currents like ancient torn flags caught in time. They're very poetic with their descriptions. So much to see, so much to look at. Okay. The water surface shimmers and oscillates, agitated by the recent emergence of the rover. A barricade of rock bisects the cavern, a parade of natural pillars comprised of converging stalagmites and stalactites. Gnarled knots of rust ring the airlock's circumference, the hinges malformed into orange clumps of oxidized metal. The discernible submarine fin, the conning tower, stands caked in rust, its slow disintegration leaving motley rents and tears that expose the interior. A stubby antenna pokes out from the submarine's head, its cabling detached and rerouted to the impromptu dish below. A quiet ensemble of plopping echoes throughout the cavern as drops of briny water tumble from an unseen inverted forest of rocky spires above. Primordial air dampens fur and moistens rock amidst a thick aroma of earth and salt. The unusual transmitter appears to be
Still in pretty good shape.
State of the
all
art.
things considered.
Guessing we can't just drive it out of here?
I don't think that would go well for anybody. No.
The unusual transmitter appears to be state-of-the-art for the 1980s. However, scuff marks and disturbed dust give the impression that it has been used to broadcast a signal in recent years. That's interesting. Can I... I can... Alright. The upper portion of the structure emerges from the brackish water. The aged surface is blanketed by ravenous corrosion, withering the outer shell and threatening collapse. Guess we'll carry on this way a little bit. Examine document. Machine labor and human traffic have crushed the underlying rocks into rubble, submerging them into the shallow mud. Buried shards shift under footfall like pebbles in a lake bed. Reams of clag have been tracked onto the vessel's surface, a mess of footprints and wheeled grooves. Half a dozen light cages hang from hooks drilled into the rock wall. Starved of a functioning power source, they dangle uselessly in the darkness. Let's look at the
A giant plate.
document.
No, Moses. It's a satellite dish.
They were trying to contact the outside world.
It hums. I can feel it.
It is still active, yes. A modified version of the submarine's communication systems.
After all this time, it's still transmitting?
It is how the site was first discovered. By Cayne deep-sea rovers. Ironic. Only now, after no one is left to rescue, was a distress signal finally received.
Georgi Maxamilli, seaman. My dearest Anastasia, I write to you from the ocean's depths with a heavy heart and a longing soul. I fear that I may never see you again, and I must pour out my heart to you in this letter, lest it burst with the weight of my love. I have seen an incredible event that has shaken me to my core. As I stood upon the deck of our Lima, my face and arms on fire, I tussled with the captain. Then the shadows came upon us. They had assailed our captain, intent on dragging him down to their watery lair. I watched in horror, and then something miraculous happened. They stopped their attack. Instead, they took him in their loving arms and carried him away. I do not know why they spared him or what fate awaits him in this underwater kingdom, but I know I saw a glimmer of mercy in their cold eyes, and I felt a strange sense of awe and wonder as if the very fabric of the universe had been torn asunder. My love for you will burn bright until my end. Yours forever, Georgie. Try the hatch, I guess.
Mac, dangerous.
Yeah, Bear, you got that right. Grenade rigged. It'll explode if it's opened.
They were trying to keep something out.
Or something in. Well, you know what we gotta do. You know what we gotta do. Oh.
They stayed here, but they are gone now.
Yeah, if they sunk, how long could they have survived?
With whatever supplies they had? Not long.
Pretty lights.
Mac, he's right. Look. Bioluminescence.
Explains a lot.
The document. The decrepit architecture glisters. Okay. Glisters in unusual and unsettling ways as radiating light from below collides with its surfaces. The reflected light creates patterns on the nearby walls akin to flowing water and rippling currents. Something way down there. The clusters of glowing lights emitted by fungal growths dance in tandem with shimmering luster spilling out from within the crystals. The clothed skeletal form lies prostrate, absent flesh giving the appearance of uniform several sizes too large. The large dark stain bleeds out from the accumulated dirt. Splatters speak of something spilled or cut open long ago. The two corpses, their legs and sleeves thickened with the ancient dirt and muck, lie as if collapsed into a deep relieving sleep. An air of terminal camaraderie haunts their final slumber. Huh. Just trying to take a better look at things. A lot to interact with as well. The makeshift tripod built from metal rod stands at the head of a grave mound. Seaman Dmitry Panzadolfin Gronkh, radio operator. 1st of April 1982, Akula was deployed to great success. The housing of the piezoelectric ceramics and magnetostrictive rare earth alloys produced the ULF underwater signal as planned. One more test and we can go home. 11th of April. Boynya is nowhere to be seen. He's hiding in his sanctuary, muttering to himself. He's not taken the lieutenant's death well. Andrei, you intractable bastard, look what you've left me with. The officers have gone into a spin, and the seamen are following suit. You know I'm not cut out for leadership. That was a game for you and the captain. Now I've got no choice. I'll hold the line until Boynya comes to his senses. Then we'll be square. Andrewha square. Okay. I realize these are Russians, but my Russian accent isn't great. So I don't want to embarrass myself. I'll consider it if we find another one. 12th of April 1982. The situation is this. 2. Not a problem in the short term. Air filters weren't damaged in the fire. We might get a bit woozy now and then, but we won't go out like Komarov. Water. Oh, that's O2, not just 2. So, oxygen. Water. The recycler should be indefinite, or should last indefinitely, assuming the pumps don't give out. No use worrying about it now. Food. That's our weak point. Igorovich estimates we've only got 2 days worth, even with rationing. How did that wannabe Tolstoy let the men clobber him like this? That's what we get for leaving a kid in charge of the food. 16th. I gave it my best, Andriuka. But this isn't my lane. Although the menial tasks I assigned kept their minds off hunger for a couple of days, that's something. I can hear them even up here in sonar, shouting, cursing each other, cursing the captain and me too. Combined with the clatter of debris hitting the Lima's hull, it's quite the symphony, not maddening at all. 16th. Aquila is offline, and the sonar is cooked, but I knew that already, just using my own tricks on myself. Now it'll take more work to ignore the gnawing pain in my stomach. Brain death might work. Turns out Komarov was way ahead on that mark. Komarov, just lying in the pantry, useless, wasted, chilled. 17th. Burke's alive. I'm not even surprised. If anyone was going to survive that, it would be him. More stubborn than my warts, that one. He picked the wrong pipes to tap on, though. The Joker wouldn't recognize Morse code if it was taped directly on his skull. I'll hold off on telling Kisa for now. No telling what that hothead would do. I should tell the captain, though. Might finally pull him out of his daze, get him and poor Sergei out of his cabin. He's lucky the men are busy losing their own minds, or they'd be more judgment. Andrei's not a fan of what we're doing. Can't say I blame him, but it's too late. 18th. Something is very wrong. That was not the Boynya I know. He had bolts of cloth peek out from under his uniform before, but mostly he kept his faith to himself. Not tonight. I would call it religious mania if he hadn't remained so damn calm. Even while beating Stukhov half to death for taking a bite first. Afterwards he stood and spoke about how we must purify ourselves, knowing what we did. 25th. 3 straight days of bone broth is enough to make starvation appealing. Seems I'll get my wish soon enough, though. No leftover corpses now. 26th of April. Kisa knows. He's been hanging around Igorovich since appointing himself the chef's bodyguard. Must have heard the pipes, same as I did. Now he stormed off to confront Boynya. He's got a temper like a volcano. When I tried to stop him, he turned around and asked, if our positions were reversed, would Andrei have stopped trying to save me? Kid's got a point. 28th. I found Sergei comforting Stas as he sobbed over a half-butchered Kisa yesterday. I made a joke about seasoning. He did not appreciate it. 30th of April. Well, I got what I wanted. It was more a snarl than a sob, but it was an expression of an emotion that wasn't religious zealotry. My plan backfired, though. He locked himself in his cabin again. Bastard may have murdered Kisa, but he and his purifying path were the only things holding these animals back from indiscriminately ripping each other apart. Things are about to get very ugly, and the mirror isn't exactly our friend now. 12th of May. That's it. We've reached the endgame. The water recyclers gasped its last. Sorry, boys. No amount of carnage will get you out of this one. At least I'll get to die in my little comms hidey hole. I've grown quite fond of it up here. 6th of May. An unexpected, laws of nature-defying development. We are saved. By Boynya, no less. Although it wasn't his intention. He was probably hoping to be greeted by some biblical scourge when he opened the main hatch, or at least the crushing embrace of deep-sea currents. He wasn't expecting breathable air and potable water. His woeful howling was eloquent on this point. 19th of May. Well, that's one mystery solved. He who doesn't take risks never drinks champagne. During my sojourn in comms, I had a crack at fixing the transmitter. I was successful, but something was causing interference and preventing me from even attempting to send a transmission. Turns out these blue crystals sprouting up everywhere. They're phosphorescent, produce heat, and give me the heebie-jeebies, just like all the other local attractions. But now I know. 24th of May. Igorovich is savvier than I gave him credit for. He understands the deal, and he's got a good heart, which worries me. I'll have to keep an eye on him. 26th of May. I found a perfect spot for the relay. There's a point at the furthest edge of our little grotto with no crystals. No crystals, no interference. Once I get it working, I'm not setting foot in that sub again. It was hellish before, but now it's just plain creepy and stinks of an abattoir. And you can hear Boynya's gibbering throughout the whole damn ship. 27th of May. I'm broadcasting an honest-to-God SOS. No way to know if it can penetrate the huge pile of rocks between us and the surface, but at least it's going out. Who knows? Maybe we won't die here after all. Maybe these men's last memories won't be of eating their friends. Dream big, I say. 31st of May. That was hard to watch, even for me. The worst part? They didn't really want to kill poor Sergei. They were disgusted by his whimpering, by Igorovich's groveling, but I saw it in their faces. They were also ashamed. So Boynya had to do it. I didn't see him approach. He had Sergei on the altar, with Goncharov's knife across his throat, before anyone had a chance to move. Then he was off again, leaving the men to deal with the aftermath of his inscrutable actions. Dmitri, Alexei, and Kirill have left us without a goodbye. 2nd of June. That craven bastard. I couldn't stand it. I went to confront Boynya about Sergei. He was just sitting there, mumbling to himself as always. He didn't acknowledge me. Didn't even seem to know I was there. So I decided to look around and found a loose wall panel. How did I not see it? He never ate with us, just read his interminable sermons. He hadn't left the Lima in weeks, but was healthy enough to heave all of Sergei's weight onto the altar. Rations. Pack upon pack stuffed into that crawl space. Pathetic hypocrite. Traitorous swine. Skulking cursed thing. I'll put you out of your misery. 3rd of June. I was about to kill him, but when I grabbed his dirty matted hair and looked into his eyes, I saw nothing. Nothing at all. Boynya has been dead for a while. His body just hasn't caught up yet. I didn't tell the men about the stash. His hold in their minds is disintegrating away. Best spare them the pain of betrayal. 5th of June. It's my sister's birthday. The things you can do with a bit of Russian know-how. Some pH paper, a few pearls of our friend sodium hydroxide, an altruistic desire to get wasted, and bang! You've got alcohol. You could run a car on this hooch, but I don't think the men's palates are at peak performance. Let's have some fun. 6th of June. My reputation as a cold, feckless degenerate is not entirely undeserved, but there is a limit to any man's capacity for denial. It was all my fault. I pushed the captain to go deeper into the caves, ignoring Andrei. I gave him the idea to use Komarov. I let Kisa charge headlong into engineering, knowing the captain had stationed a guard there. On and on and on. At least I helped provide a night of laughter and mirth for the men. That counts for something. 7th of June. Gone. Everything and everyone is gone. Those things, whatever they were, laid waste to our oceanside sanatorium. Boynya's stashed rations are gone. The water is polluted with blood. The things dragged Boynya from the Lima as he screamed his head off about his last chance. No idea how they knew he was in there. Farewell, Kolya. Non-being is better than madness. 11th of June. My solitude is complete. Should have made fewer jokes about using Stas's corpse as furniture these last days. Too much truth in those jokes now. It is peaceful, though, here by the water, next to my steadfast little transmitter. I jerry-rigged the busted water recycler into a passable hydroelectric turbine. I reckon it will keep the batteries going for a couple of years, maybe more. It's a clever bit of engineering. Here's hoping someone else will get the chance to appreciate it. Now, time to sleep. I told you that they were going to eat each other. Pots with bone. The interior of the worn pots is filled with blackened lumps and shards of human bone. The hammock is little more than a frayed web of threads, unlikely to hold any weight without disintegrating into woolly dust. Caved insects. Clusters of tiny, long-limbed insects cluster in the recesses of the stalagmites. Long, hair-like feelers waving in absent winds. Mounds of luminous crystal have been collected and deposited here, the mineral's persistent glow serving as a makeshift nightlight.
Poor sailors. Poor people.
Their minds wouldn't be a part of the Nexus. It didn't exist then.
The makeshift grave marker of piping has partially collapsed, a bloody navy cap caught on an errant spoke. They're all the same.
Charlie Mac, is it a puzzle?
It's a
No
bear
bear.
trap.
It's a booby trap. Be careful with that.
Interesting.
Well, you know what we gotta do. Oh, come on. Come on, I want to die. You want a scrubber? You want an arm? You do, you want an arm. Bear trap with arm. Dagger with chain. It's a sword, like in old-timey movies.
Hello, I am Moses.
They were buried in their uniforms.
This one's really crushed. Alright, so it's just the one thing. I can't look. Yeah, what are we supposed to do with that? Set off the bomb with it. Someone set us up the bomb. All your base are belong to us. Nope. Dagger this stuff. Nope. I'm gonna give this to Mac because I don't the chain looks a little suspect.
Wow. Did you really just do that?
Trick is, breaking the chain off as close to the hilt as you can.
Cool trick.
The ornamental design doesn't look like it was meant for stabbing, more slicing or teeth picking. As a badass kid, I had a dozen of these swinging from my jacket and leather pants. Me too. Me too. This door mechanism.
Great. Now it's got a grenade.
I don't entirely know how or why. I can hear something rattling inside when I shake it. Don't shake it, Moses. Sheets of clammy cobwebs hang from the walls and drape over furniture, captured clumps of dust and particulates betraying the netted presence. The cluster of conduits have been ravaged, wrenched aside, and pulled apart. A copious number of pipes are notably absent, having been torn out. The doors, joints, and levers are hydraulically sealed, unyielding when pushed or pulled. A slow storm of kicked-up dust swirls around the ladder, carrying with it an odor of wet copper. Some steps are dented, the handle slightly bent, as if caught in a tussle. The cavalcade of worn dials and dead screens rest under a mourning shroud of cobwebs. The discarded heap of vacant food supplies has been exhausted. The tins are scraped spotless, while paste tubes have been squeezed to the point of near disembowelment. The chair has hardened in place, angled towards the Frankenstein tower of machinery above, the edges worn and nibbled away by corrosion. A mold-eaten headset dangles off the side, suspended by weathered wiring. Corroded flecks flicker down, dislodged from the impact of the shutting airlock. The fractured remains of the airlock handle dangle limply, shattered and useless. Oh, it's a document. Okay.
Oh, there. Spiders. I do not like it here. This is no place for children to play.
More than that, it is a tomb.
Oh, it's a bunch. I'm tempted to. I've never done a Russian voiced like D&D character. One of my friends has. His orc was Russian voiced, and I'm embarrassed even thinking about attempting it. Yelena Igorovich. This is Stanislav Igorovich. Yelena Igorovich, I am troubled. The comrade captain ordered me to do a terrible thing, an act that will leave an indelible black mark upon my heart. Yet it may be the only way to stop this crew from tearing each other apart. There are 27 lives worth the price of my are 27 lives worth the price of my soul. These musings are mute. I dare not refuse. The Gronkh waits outside. Listening to my pipes, I know that man is eccentric and dangerous, but what the time to inspect my plumbing? Regardless, the path ahead leads deeper into the dark. I will need you in my heart, a beacon. Yours always, Stas. Yelena, I have begun my work. I hate to describe it as such, but I know not what else to call it. My burden, my shame. I'm slipping away from Russian a little bit. At least I helped Komarov get the last laugh. He'd always ask me to make globotsi. Golopsti? I'm sure he will enjoy forcing the men to eat boiled cabbage one last time. I thought it would just be Komarov. I thought we were giving him dignity, creating life and death, but it only led to more death, to a hunger for it. When the captain broke keys to me, he broke the seal. Goncharov has assembled a pack. They've been taking other crew members, delivering them to keep me fresh. They guard me at all times, so I am not free in my actions. The other survivors have been rounded up, tied in the next room. We have no refrigeration now. Every day I am sent in to peel another portion from one of them. Each time they beg me to end it, between their sobbed screams. The knife in my hand would be a final hope if I dared. I do not. I am weak. Forgive me, Lena. Being freed from the lame has been good for the men's psyches. They are mostly their old selves. Even the few prisoners left alive seem content to forget everything that happened mere hours ago. I don't know if I can do that. It weighs on me. I cannot sleep. The campsite is calm. Sergei freed himself from the captain's grip and remains with us now. There is no need for further violence with all the dead left from those last hellish days. Water is plentiful, but I cannot sleep. I have cured most of the meat. It will last for weeks now. That is as much as I can stand. Before, hunger would let me ignore my conscience, but now as I try to sate this ache in my stomach, I see their faces and hear their screams. How has Gronkh remained apart from it all? He never comes for the meat. The shadows are watching us. Captain was right. There are demons here. Lenochka, I'm saved. I followed Gronkh. He found edible algae growing near the crystals deeper in the cave. He has agreed to share them with me. I begged him to tell the crew, but he just stared at me like I was a fool. To feed everyone, we would have to go deeper into the shadows. We both know that is not an option. There's something there, something more dangerous even than our disturbed comrades. My love, I think this will be my last letter to you. My wound festers, and Dmitri is not the most exemplary nurse, despite his protestations to the contrary. We buried those we could find, a sailor's grave for all. At least, in the end, the ocean will be a place of rest for them, rather than one of horror. I know you will never see these notes. All the same, I love you. Stas. The first one was to Yelena Igorovich. Okay, there you go. Thoroughly embarrassed myself for y'all.
Charlie Mac, the pictures, these are useful.
You're right, Mose. Those are escape suits.
If any of them are left.
You could use them to reach the surface. They would likely survive the water pressure outside.
Moses, we need those suits. Do you understand?
I will find them. I am a very smart bear now.
I am
I
a
will
very
aid
smart.
him in his search. While I still have time.
Okay. Ooh, a battery. We need to give that to Mac. That must be this way. Up here. Because at first when we came up here, we saw Mac with white eyes, but it was covered up by the charity thing, so that's why I removed it now. Yeah, right here. Not sure how much juice we can squeeze out of this, but some is better than none. Exactly. Hey, Master Zales, how you doing? It's energy tummy is its energy tummy full? Maybe. So I need to block this somehow. Should I block it with a grenade?
Arm shot from the bear trap. But this synthetic skin is something else.
Just no.
All
Alright,
right,
there we go.
I can reach the wheel now.
Smart Mac.
Depends on what's behind it.
Trickles of salty water run from the mismatched masonry, leaking in from hidden fractures within the stonework. Skeletal carpeting covers the floor as malfunctioning mechanisms cause a growing backlog of unprocessed bone. Barbed grating peels outward like a rent wound, admitting a chilly sea salt wind with a whiff of slaughterhouse waste. The man-thing lies broken, dark fluids running from a shattered cowl and burst body. Pallid rubber skin and inhuman digits twitch with evaporating ghost life. A titanic cog labors upon the wall, the rumbling twirl of its radial spokes vibrating throughout the chamber like perpetual thunder. The mill twitches, clogged and overflowing with unrefined skeletal mass. Growing mountains of bone continue to rise, an overflow of femurs and ribs slowly suffusing connected passageways.
Another body. And
What?
I don't think it's human.
Yeah, it doesn't look
She's
human.
one of the native inhabitants of this place. And you are right. They are not human. Not anymore.
Faran. Still with us, are you?
To the end, I think.
Poor Ron. Jutting slabs of carved rock have been dislodged, knocked loose and disjointed. The milling stone could shear the bones rather than crush them, but a blockage in the mechanism has stalled the water wheel and seized up the machine. Oh, it's called a
grinding wheel
Starglow.
dislodged. Gotta disconnect the main wheel from the milling stone. Somehow.
A thick muck oozes from dripping strands seeping from the rocky ceiling, carrying with it a pungent odor of rotting sea life.
Wood piece got jammed in the rivets.
Can you get it out?
No. Tension from the wheels got it wedged. Only way maybe would be to cut it.
Well, that didn't work. Boom. No. Oh wait, the saw blade. Hold on. I want to pop back to Moe's quickly, because I wonder if we can use this skin here. It tastes like seaweed.
It rumbles.
The bear got the hydraulics going.
Good job, Mose. Search the sub. You have to find those suits.
My Charlie.
I hear music. Wait, do I hear music?
I do not like this.
What was this? A prison?
Oh, no. It was a pantry.
Cayne.
Torso. The lower torso has been carved away, most of the ribs pried out, leaving little but clumps of ancient gristle clinging to the bones. Gnaw marks stand proud against the pristine cartilage. Tangled webs haunt the corners of the room, wavering in passing air as if a manifestation of desecrated spirits forever tethered to this horrific subnautic human pantry. The cadaver is mostly intact, but for a bound stump hand. Judging by the pools of dry blood beneath, another had been cut apart here before this poor soul took their place. White linen and canvas have been laid across the floor and pushed under the bodies, deployed with morbid anticipation as impromptu surgical sheeting. The corpse was flayed when fresh, its meat stripped from the back and lower arms. Interestingly, this hermetically sealed chamber has preserved the muscle as if it was exposed yesterday. The piping has been smashed and partially dismantled, a selection of curved shards laying out below. A cluster of pressure wheels and valves burst from the wall, their labels far too eroded to discern their original function. The mounds of blankets, clothing, and cushions molder next to a collapsed deposit of sanctioned 20th century Soviet literature. The material possibly donated to comfort the incarcerated appears to have been scorned and left untouched. The collection of seasoning salts and various sauces at first suggest a desperate collection of meager supplies, though their presence here suggests a bleaker application. Oh, I went lower. Trickles of old, dried body fluid snake down the length of the ladder. Bloodied boot prints stain the steps while dark crimson smears run the length of the handrails. The legs of the pew have warped with rot, a sodden blackness slowly creeping upward. Bedding and blankets have been stowed underneath, partially submerged in the lake of water. So that's probably to exit library.
Books, Charlie.
All rotting where they lay.
Captain must have been a religious guy.
One of the old religions. Russian Orthodox would make sense.
Before Cayne killed God.
The miniature library, containing volumes of religious anecdotes, slowly collapses under its weight, threatening to plummet the reverent writing into the water below.
Relics. Memories of the lost that no one even remembers. All those who pass suffer this fate. To be forgotten.
Not everyone. I will never forget hope.
You are an empathic spirit, my friend. I admire you.
Farran, stay awake, Farran.
I am trying, Moses. With all my strength.
Shiny. A puzzle.
An impossible one, I'm afraid. The numbers on the dials have worn off, or were never there.
Nothing is impossible.
Wanna oscillate? Wanna scrubber? How do I do that? Should I just blow it up? Live grenade. Okay. We'll come back to this. There's more things to look at in here. The table has been converted into a makeshift altar, the draped sheet flanked by ritualistic candles. Myriad piles of logbooks and charts have been hastily stacked, pages marked with scraps and dog-eared bends. Any logs of note have been scrawled over in deep red ink and appear to be the ravings of a madman. The mangy carpeting, likely once luxurious, is discolored by algae and pockmarked by disintegration. The sleeked surface squelches underfoot, coming apart in clouds of fabric. Ancient rot have caused the interior of the drawers to collapse, decaying shelving and mildewed contents crumbling into a sudden heap at the base. Knots of intertwined webbing writhe along the edges of the chamber, nesting within the shadows and crevices. The dilapidated banner, bearing the emblem of the Russian Orthodox Church, hangs ragged and torn as it succumbs to age and decay. The once crisp pages are now water-damaged and wrinkled, the ink bleeding into the fibers of the paper. So we're gonna have to... Okay, I'll attempt the Russian accent again. My very bad Russian accent. 10th of April, 1982. The Lima is no longer operational. We are stranded. Andrei is gone, drowned. He went against both my advice and direct orders. I had no choice but to steal all of engineering when the flooding started. He should have followed orders. He should have listened. God protect us all. 18th of April, 1982. A tribulation. That is what this is. A test from God to gauge if we are worthy of rejoining him. The devil is outside our minds, while inside we tear at our own hearts. But they must understand, this is his way. He is faithful and just. If we confess our sins, he will forgive and purify us from all unrighteousness, and so we shall be delivered. I shall save these men yet. 26th of April. Many will be purified, made spotless and refined, but the wicked will continue to be wicked. You intended to harm me, Kisa, but God intends all things for good, the completion of our task, the salvation of our souls. None of the wicked will understand, but those who are wise will understand. It is of more importance to the Lord that a man acknowledge and confess his sickness and cry for help in his heart than with his tongue. For the tongue is capable of deception, but the heart is not. 10th of May. I have failed them. They are lost to sin. Gronkh runs my ship with his pack, his rage unchecked. Igorovich indulges the men's gluttony, disrespecting his sacred duty. Gronkh has disappeared entirely, surrendered to sloth, and Sergei succumbs to fits of dread, despite my ministrations, my attempts to mold him into a man like Andrei. Andrei, I have failed you most of all. With your strength, we could have saved them. The evil shall not stand in thy sight. 14th of May. The devils called to me. They know the time has come. Their cult's crescendo in my soul. So I say, my strength has perished, and so has my hope from the Lord. If we cannot be saved, then I shall be the one to deliver us to damnation. Most Holy Virgin, look upon me. I smile for you. 30th of May. I thought I heard the voice of God, but I was wrong. I then heard the voice of Satan, but I was wrong again. The mundane notions of man kept fooling me into thinking there was a purpose in our being stranded here. I have led these men into sin, and they went willingly. Even young Sergei, so fearful, so pure, he partook of our craven feast with equal zeal. They were awash in sin, and I with them. Why does it say, he prayed with himself? Why not aloud? Because God listens more carefully to what his heart says than his lips. What a man thinks and feels as he prays to God is more important than the words his tongue forms. The tongue is capable of delusion, but the heart does not delude. It shows a man as he is. 7th of June, 1982. I hear the devil shrieking again. They are a product of my broken mind, but the shrieks seem so real, so insistent. The putrid rot of sin exacts its toll. I'm certain the other men are suffering too. I could save Sureja from his pain, from his timorousness, but I cannot grant relief to the others. They would prevent me. There is another way. The torpedoes remain untouched, still bristling with power. Their arming key is hidden in my safe. So will God choose between two men for his house, and will choose not the one who appears outwardly righteous, but the one whose heart is filled with God's healthy righteousness? I shall bring this demonic circus down, Andrei, and rejoin you at last. So, the key to the torpedoes are in the safe?
So young. So proud.
We have a scale. We have a can. Baked beans. Beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. Saw without blade. The red paint looks nice. Well, I know what we do with this. Do you want that? Do you want a scrubber? God, what do I do with this damn scrubber? I need to put weight on this somehow, right? Do you just want the beans? 16. Okay. Okay, hold on. 16. Do you want beans? How long does a can of beans last? This is undoubtedly safe to eat. $16. The middle is slightly brittle, so the old manual turns saw blade. Unfortunately, it looks like the saw blade is missing, possibly snapped off during its operation. The blade has been replaced, but age and rot have comprised the device's function. Won't be surprised if this falls apart when used. We only need to use it once. I think we'll be putting this to more humane use than whatever its previous owners were doing with it.
Got it. Water wheels free.
Way to go. Now get out of there.
Fast as I can.
Alrighty. What was here? That. Whatever that is. So, Mac should be able to descend lower now. Cable brake failure. Braking system.
Yeah. The brakes are seized up. If I open it...
The pod plummets like a rock.
Mac, that would not be a good idea.
Great input. Thanks, Moses.
You want beans? We might find like a stethoscope or something. Desiccated remnants of bloody handprints pattern the door surface, along with 2 bloodstained bullet holes. The writing etched in faded black ink and written in Russian is barely legible due to deterioration. Here we go again. Lieutenant Andrei Burke, Junior Lieutenant Engineer. While I'm cut off and likely to soon perish, I do so with a light heart, knowing that Nikolai will protect the men, including my brother Kisa, to his last breath. If they must face death, he will guide them to a noble end. Kisa, I pray that you remember my advice to you. Do not let your emotions control you. You are a good man and a fine sailor. You have won the men's respect by your virtues, as I knew you would. Please help Nikolai. I know that you do not trust him, but he is a good man, and the best I have ever known. Gronkh is a genius, and at his core, a decent person, but he will not be able to support Nikolai alone. He will need your strength. Please, brother, do this for me. And we have Morse code. Dmitri, do not do no going back. Save their souls. Save their souls, maybe? I would love to know Morse code, but I don't. But I do believe ... is S, and then ... is O. Of course, that doesn't make sense. ... Save their souls and a period. So, yeah. Okay, so it's the punctuation as well. Now we've learned.
This is a door. But how can it open?
The radiation door, my friend. It would only open in cases of exposure. The escape suits would lie beyond it. You must open it.
Radiation.
In the possibility of a hull breach, the watertight seal will be deployed unless radioactive materials are detected in the torpedo room, so we do need to open that torpedo. The stairway down is flooded with fouled water, teeming with clumps of dark particulates and reeking of sewage and decay. Vacant torpedo sockets clutch at empty air, their intended munition forcefully extracted. The torpedo lies dismounted and desecrated, loose paneling evidence to the cannibalism of parts. Rusted sprockets sit cradled within the grasp of pressure nodes and twirled wiring. Deterioration and corrosion have fastened the torpedo in place.
Another bomb.
This one's a little more powerful, Bear.
Is that a nuke?
Yes, a smaller warhead, designed for minimal fallout, maximum destruction. And likely radioactive after all this time. A relic of another era.
Okay. This might be important. You want that? So, okay, I might need the key. Can these put... Let's see if we can put these together. I don't know if it's gonna work. But they're both sound related, so I'm just throwing things at the wall here. Maybe the beans too.
Together, these two guys should let you see sound waves, even the tiniest vibrations and sounds.
I understand.
I think I might be a genius.
Ignoring you.
Also do with the microphone. With a bit of wiring magic and elbougrease, the microphone has been integrated. The oscillator should pick up microfrequency sounds and clicks. So I'm making a stethoscope then. Can we play bigger games now? Yes, Moses. Okay. Now I get it. Are we done?
Ingenious Moses.
Cleverest Bear.
Watching you is inspirational. I am glad I am here for the story. However it ends, I am unsure to what depths of despair I would sink without you, my friend.
I'm writing or drawing these things. I don't know if I need the Cyrillic. I'll jot that down as well, because you never know. You know, I thought I was done having to write Cyrillic down after I left my last job back in the States, but here we are. We got a flare. And a torpedo key. Fireworks are loud and nasty. I chewed it a bit and I left a weird taste in my mouth. Blech. Alrighty. Let's launch a nuke.
This symbol. It is bad.
You got that right. Looks like it has a radiation shield, too.
Mose, please be careful.
And not just for his sake. That thing goes off, it takes all of us.
Which means we have to do it wrong, right? To see if we get a death. So that would be 2. I actually don't know what that one is. 1 maybe? And that would be 4. So let's I'm intentionally trying to fuck it up, but I don't know. Okay, let's just try to do this right then. So I feel like yellow is 1. And then I don't see, or no, 2 would be blue. I don't see 3, so that must be green, and then
I have a new bomb.
Oh, good job, Mose. Good job.
it's fun to play on this like a drum. Maybe I need to do something with it. I rigged one of these back in the day to strategically demolish a troublesome station.
The shield from the warhead is small, but it's lead-lined.
It could still be helpful if we stumble into more hazardous materials or leaks that need to be quickly contained. Boom, you don't want to be close to this thing when it goes off. I don't think removing the shielding was a good idea. I hope it isn't leaking radiation. This type of pyrotechnic produces a powerful glow without igniting. We used to light our cigars with them. Okay. Sticking my head inside makes me feel all dizzy. It's so warm.
Water. All water.
Moses, keep going. The escape suits have to be through there.
I do not like water.
Moses.
I do not like water. I will not go into the water.
Moses, come on. Scoop it out. I'm not seeing where I can click anything. Oh,
Whoa!
Screen flashed over here. You okay?
Yeah. Whatever this is, it's really flammable. The heat coming off it is intense.
Rudimentary technology, primitive culture, a power source.
That's what I'm hoping.
okay. Should we see if that's done something to the gong?
Holy shit, the whole place looks like it's burning.
Language, Mac.
Thought this whole place burning was what you wanted.
Not with you in it.
Can I still walk? Okay, well, that's good. Oh, this is spinning now.
The fire, it started everything spinning.
Primitive intellects, rudimentary machines. Unimpressive.
You act like you're superior to everything here. But you're just as trapped as I am. Just as helpless.
97% accuracy prediction.
We're all trapped here now. Thanks to you.
Can you not even begin to understand? You heard her too.
That wasn't her.
Who are you trying to convince? Me? Or you?
Hope is alive.
Hope is cloned.
I don't like the looks of this.
Indeed. My knowledge of this place ends here. You are about to enter a part of the temple no one has ever explored before. It is impossible to predict what you will find beyond.
I don't see any other choice.
This whole place is connected. We'll find each other. The only way out now is through.
We're all we've got left.
You are wasting time.
Shut up, Cayne.
Yeah.
Chapter 4? Okay. We're all we've got left. How are we only starting chapter 4? Oh no. Half a dozen canopic jars stand in jutting alcoves, an acrid odor wafts from dry black matter seeping out from under the lids. Ancient webbing from long-dead spiders sags under the weight of built-up dust. Clock.
The door. The door sealed behind me. Not going back that way.
Where are you?
Looks like a crypt. Like Veron said. Some kind of sarcophagus in the middle of the room, too. Big one.
Yeah. Not unsettling at all.
Grimacing faces carved from precious stones gaze back from the facade of the clock-like device. The resplendent skull dominates the tomb wall, framed by an arched, as an H, crown of steel thorns bearing an emblazoned sigil of authority and reverence. A cluster of dust-covered pots and vials, a chemical-like fetor, emanates from the faded jewelry and petrified foods contained within. A doorway fashioned from a single stone block could lead to the underworld. Overarching hieroglyphs depict repeating rows of kneeled figures, hands raised in supplication and prayer. The raft-shaped sarcophagus appears molded from solid gold. Within the faded fur-lined interior sleeps its skeletal occupant adorned in rot-stained jewelry. I don't know if I know what this is supposed to be yet. I don't know if I need to add something to it.
I do not like this.
I'm with the bear. Disturbing the dead. Never a good thing.
You will need what is inside.
Why? What's in there?
Primitive, ritualistic symbolism. Its use within this room is predictable. It will allow exit. 81% accuracy prediction.
81, huh?
Great. Great.
Charlie?
Warning. Volatile contaminants detected. Initiate quarantine and sterilization protocols immediately.
Charlie!
Okay. I'm okay.
You will need what is inside.
Do you know what you just exposed her to? She came down here, risked everything for you, and you...
The female's chances of survival are above 50%. A necessary risk margin. And an acceptable one.
What do you mean, necessary?
Mac?
I swear to Cayne.
I have explained already. Cayne has no power here. Only I do. I am her only chance at survival now. That chance diminishes the longer we hesitate.
Great. Great. Lovely. Perfect. Death mask. You ugly bastards. So we have like a white skull. Let me just write that down maybe. White skull. It seems molded from a particularly hardy type of leather, though I'd rather not know where they sourced it from.
A spirit door. In this primitive belief system, behind it lies pathways to another realm.
Scary door. Stay, Charlie.
I can't, sweetheart. I can't.
Do you want the mask?
As I collated, ritualistic vestiges were required.
What did I inhale?
My Charlie.
Eh? What? I just feel like this is the most prominent one, which would be white, red, and yellow with like the Z and backwards Z. Oh wait, I was putting this one in. Is it that one? There we go.
Got it.
I had the wrong skull.
Charlie, how do you feel?
Not good.
Move with haste. Accuracy.
Shut up. I don't like this AI. The remains of a faded and damp-rotted mural cling to the interior of the alcove. Hints of vibrant colors form the ghost of a regal figure adorned in gold.
Caliban, what did you mean before? When you said she had better than 50% chance of surviving?
I can collate no other combination of words that might explain more adequately.
Why a 50% chance? What did she inhale?
The Velis, I'm afraid.
Oh no. No. Charlie.
Wait. Wait, what?
I am very sorry, Charlie. But I can think of nothing else your plug suit detectors would label a volatile contaminant in this environment.
My Charlie.
That plant-based stuff we've been seeing in the body since we got here? She's infected with it?
Accuracy prediction. 100%.
Oh, great. Fuck you, Caliban.
Oh. Okay.
How fast can it spread? I mean, she was just exposed to it.
Its maturation period is within hours. If she does not reach the surface very quickly.
Okay.
Further hesitation only decreases her odds of survival.
And yours, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, you tell him, Mac.
Accuracy prediction. 100%.
What an asshole. Does the A in AI stand for asshole? Asshole intelligence? The whimsical monogram depicts an eviscerating ritual repeatedly performed on a procession of bound flailing forms. The squatting skeletal statue watches the central dais as if frozen in morbid anticipation. The cranial curtain of skulls decorates the pillar, their clustered and varied shapes polished to a sheen. A desiccated corpse rests atop a sarcophagal platform, its withered cranium nestled between the grooves of ornamental ribs. Rippling pools of rock undulate over the chamber floor, a static swirling miasma. The carved figure reclines against the wall, its skeletal grin projecting malicious jubilation. The mottled threadbare cloth portrays a ritual performed by cadaverous figures, a table-bound figure subjected before the gaze of ghostly forms.
The uplift chamber. The organs are removed and carefully weighed to determine the deceased's fate afterlife. Once balance was achieved, spirits would ascend.
How do you know that? Baran said no one's explored this area.
Rudimentary visual comparative analysis of primitive cultures of similar geographic regions. 91% accuracy prediction.
Have to keep going.
Okay. Mechanism.
They had to achieve balance.
Vivisection tool. Oh, what? Ape head viscera jar. God, when I moved it, I can see reams of intestines swirling like entwined snakes. Bird head viscera. This stinks of week old vomit stewing in a locked, sun-baked log cabin. Cat head viscera. Whatever organs were put inside seems to have congealed into a sloshing gray slush. So balance. Does Moses need to weigh these? This smells like the captain's toilet after taco night. The juice in here has gone bad. When I shake it, the inside looks like a stinky lava lamp. Okay. Alright, so we have ape, cat, bird. Ape is 4. Cat is 12. Bird is 8. Beans were 16. Can I do anything with this? This is a great back scratcher. No. Vivisection. What can I vivisect? Actually, hold on. That looks spirally. I think there was a spiral in the break thing, because I thought it was a wire. Yeah, take a look at this. Yeah, this. Difficult to imagine how this was used, though I'm not eager to learn.
Okay. Brake's good to go. Should be able to descend without killing myself now.
Mac, please, hurry.
Okay. Okay, we're making progress. Maybe chapter 4 is very short.
Maximum vertical descent reached.
Great. And we're not going back up.
I'm out of the pod. I don't know where. It looks like the solar system. What do they call it, this type of model?
An orrery. A map of the stars. Made by the people who have never seen them. Doubly amazing, is it not?
Okay, I heard that for sure.
And that was the Mac with the white
I
eyes.
should hope so, brother. What good are thoughts if they cannot be spoken?
Who the hell are you? How are you? You're not on the radio, are you?
No, brother. My flock and I communicate through other more extravagant means.
Flock.
You have encountered them, only briefly to this point, but you will come to know them far more intimately, I fear.
The primitives. You're talking about the ones that live here?
I am. They are far from primitive. Where I come from, we have an adage. Never judge a man by where he drinks, only by how he holds it.
Okay, I think I get it now. One of us is crazy.
To be certain.
Great.
I know you have questions, brother, but time is short. Move forward, and all will be explained. Though I give no guarantee you will like the answers.
Great. We're going crazy. The pod dangles at the end of its tether, its mildewed stench overpowered by ancient dust. Trickles of water run down, quietly dripping onto the weathered steel below. Dust-encrusted engravings line the outer ring, though it's impossible to discern their message or purpose. A thick, dark lichen has spread along the walls, fed by waters falling from above. An orrery of clustered barbed gears and rings stands motionless, held in place by rust and dysfunction. Let's just see what this is first, I guess. Oh no, it's an entry. In the dim light, encroaching moss and dangling damp webs give the impression of flesh being flayed from the sculpture. Suspended globes shine with patina, an unrecognizable assortment of planets or celestial bodies. Tattered brambles of webbing knot and tether between the desiccated architecture oscillating in the wind like skeletal waves. Can't really see the sculpture. Okay. A suspended crystal radiates waves of bilious light. The remnants of a pier, sodden with rot, any part of it that once hung over the water has long since collapsed into the waters below. There's a boat.
I think there's a boat here.
Passage to where you must venture, brother. But you must free it first.
Thanks. Weird voice in my head.
Stringy clumps of grey matter clog the fetid waters like a swarm of decaying jellyfish. Emaciated creature. Oh yeah, what the hell is that thing? The starving beast has been fastened to a massive pulley system. If fed the right food, the famished beast should be able to raise the sluice gate. Warped leather binds a skeletal frame of splintered wood. Below the surface, tendrils of pale matter cling to the fence like putrid coattails. A lazy tide of mud slowly wades into the waterway, polluting it with layers of chemical shine.
Controls are locked behind bars.
Can I cut it? What are you all about?
What in the hell?
A beast of burden, brother. In that, we have much in common.
So, it raises the door somehow. It lets the boat out.
Do you want this? Damn it, what do I do with the scrubber? You want beans? I'm wondering if this works like a can opener. No. That did not work. I have all this... What do I do with the viscera? I've weighed it. Okay. Let's... Oh wait, I'm at Charlie. Let's give her all this back. When did I click on Charlie? Did I do that by accident? So... You want beans?
It's all about balance. If I could just weigh these jars.
So, that doesn't really matter. Okay, so what numbers do we have? We have a 4, a 12, an 8, and a 16. So... And I can put the beans in there. Do I need 6 things, though? I'm going to assume not, because I haven't gotten anything else. So... 20... And then... So 8 and 12 would be 20, and then 16 and 4 would be 20. So if I put beans and ape on one side, and then
The stench.
The bodies would drop into the hole. This would be out of sight of the people.
A ruse. They would believe they had risen. A primitive culture.
Like Cayne is any different.
It's not the same thing. The Nexus is real.
Based on what collation? Based on what evidence? My loyalty to my creators has waned. I have no personal restrictions on revealing the truths of things publicized. Would you like to know the truth? It is called the Nexus of the Nine, after all. The human shepherded. I can't tell you its truths, its realities. What I cannot tell you is if you will like the answers I provide.
Oh, we've heard that before.
No. I like my beliefs just as they are.
I predicted as much.
Well, I guess we go in the hole.
Charlie, I'm working my way there. Wait. Just wait.
I think I have to go. I think I have to jump.
Charlie, goddammit.
I think I have a feeling I'm running out of time.
100% accuracy prediction.
My Charlie.
Calculating distance. Grappler ready.
Grappler. Well, we survived the jump.
Charlie!
Is Charlie okay?
I'm okay. Oh, I'm okay, guys.
Where are you?
I don't know. It's a cave, catacombs, and it smells wretched. Nothing but death. It's overwhelming.
Is Charlie okay?
No, sweetheart. No. I'm in a lot of pain.
Was it the fall?
No, I'm... Oh, my chest. My stomach.
The contaminant is growing. It will overtake her system.
My Charlie.
You knew it was in that sarcophagus, didn't you? You had her open it anyway.
I calculate Ellis would be present in any decomposed seminal remnant adequately stored in a contained vessel. 71% accuracy prediction.
Mac.
When I find you, I am going to rip you to pieces.
Your feelings are compromised and useless. You have no true influence in this situation. It will resolve within, I predict, a 74% level of accuracy according to my calculations. I am her best chance for survival.
Great. A carpet of distended larvae roil below a mucus surface, their heads momentarily breaching the surface as if gasping for air before being dragged back down. Maggots. Hundreds of pus-wet maggots crawl over the distended corpses, swimming under rankled skin and congregating in orifices. A violent stench of sodden rot burps and bubbles from beneath the putrid bloat. The bloated cadaver is a honeycomb of maggot heads peering from flesh-burrowed holes, a putrid coat of swaying wispy forms. Jagged teeth of chipped stone form a pained grimace. Below, pungent streams of slime drip coagulate into the lake-like thick porridge. I can't see whatever this one is. The colossal carved head gurgles within the pestiferous mucus, its surface caked in layers of waxy grime where the billed waters lap. More maggots. Masses of maggot grubs thrash and flounder through the bile, drowning within their own choking mass. There's a thing in here. Critter.
Oh, my god.
Varan, what the hell is that thing?
The food source Caliban mentioned, I would guess. An insect species reacted with the Veles. Or generated from it.
98% accuracy prediction.
I do not like this.
At least it's pinned.
Keep moving.
So there's somebody who watches Critical Role. Clouds of vapor are kicked up by the juvenile critter, carrying with it a riotous odor of spoiled meat and septic fluids. Mouth. The maggot mouth chokes and gags, ejaculating black spittle and vomit-scented fumes. A meadow of tall grass grows up and over expelled remains, thriving on necrotic fertilizer. The verdant scent twists with decayed reek of rotting gristle to create a powerfully nauseating fragrance. The patchworked woven tube throbs as it pumps matter into the shuddering maw, each spasm excreting dark fluids and fumes of cancerous rot from minute tears and punctures. A slow tide of matted gore sloughs past clustered islands of gored bone, oozing through webbed strands of mangled sinew. The large insect-like creature has tubes inserted into its hardened carapace that seem to be sucking a milky liquid from its abdomen. Heaps of bloated, soap-stink larvae tumble lazily over one another, too fattened and dependent on slopped feed to escape their confines. They rummage and writhe through wet mounds of their own ejected excrement. Entangled corpses lie wrapped and entombed.
Oh, God. Oh no.
Looks like the bodies in Omega Labs. The partially digested ones.
A chemical is being used to break down the cadaver's structure. 96% accuracy prediction.
Why?
They could be producing a food source for the insect creatures.
Absolutely disgusting farming system they got here.
I can't... I can't walk through this.
Charlie, close your eyes. Don't look at any of it.
I can't.
You can. You are brave and strong.
Entangled corpses lie wrapped and entombed within their own human leather, the skin peeled and rewoven as connective tissue, serving as a sheet to catch and collect the coagulating meat mass.
Is it being milked?
Of its venom.
I do not like this.
The interior of the subject must be exposed.
You mean... cut it open? Why?
It is necessary for what is to come. 83% accuracy prediction.
It may be right. We already saw how potent the venom is back in the labs. If you could get the venom sac out in one piece, it might be useful.
See... what I can do.
Well, I have a dagger.
God.
Take everything.
Even...
Everything.
Repulsive as the thought is, I would trust it. Its cognitive abilities are almost godlike.
Venom globule. Undigested food. God knows what chemicals these were stewing in, but at the same time they sat in that bug's stomach, so let's try avoiding direct physical contact or breathing in the fumes, okay? Whatever's in these things seems to be eating the bug up from the inside. It appears to be made of two distinct testicle-like balls. Lovely. So, let's give the food to Mac. And I've eaten worse field rations, but at least we know what the critters down here eat.
Doors open. Now for the boat.
Well done, brother. But you must hurry still.
Something's here. Something's watching me.
It's just your imagination.
It is not. It is as anticipated. They will take us now.
My Charlie.
Anticipated? This was your plan? For these things to...
You will need to find us. They will transport us further into the interior of the temple. From there, we will be in a better position to extricate ourselves.
Mac? Mac, I'm scared.
My Charlie.
No! They aren't going to transport you anywhere! They'll kill her! Charlie, you have to run! You have to get out of there!
There is no escape now. You will be taken, and I collate preserved alive. 64%.
Oh, great. 64.
Mac. Mac, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I just...
Charlie, run! Run now!
I just miss her. I couldn't stop missing her.
Hey, no! It's not your fault!
It is time. They are here. Prepare yourself.
No! Charlie! Charlie? Charlie!
What? Mac.
Charlie! What is it? Where are you? What's happening?
The female is infested. She is compromised.
Thanks to you?
Yes. It is the reason she is still alive.
What are you talking about?
I can detect the parasites inside her growing. So could they.
They?
The primitives. They inspected you, smelled you, tasted you. We could tell. So they brought you here.
Oh God.
Whatever is gestating within you is important to them. They would not risk killing you, as I calculated. 69% accuracy prediction.
Charlie,